Good afternoon, Packers fans. Aaron Negler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels on a Tuesday that has seen the placing of the franchise tag across the league on a number of dudes, and more importantly, a lot of other moves made to allow guys to test the market. Some releases, some guys being told they won't be tagged, starting to get a clearer picture of who might be available when the Packers are allowed to start talking to guys next week. There's no doubt that the Packers are going to be a little bit more active in free agency this offseason than they were last year. If you haven't checked out my chat with Billy Schmidt on Carry the G Radio, the podcast, which just dropped a little while ago, be sure you do that. We talked extensively about the potential in free agency to fill some needs so that the Packers are not boxed in during the draft. That's something that Brian has shown again and again. That's what he likes to do. Some exciting possibilities. Number one for me is Xavier McKinney. I think the safety from the Giants is set reportedly to hit free agency, although I do know Art Stapleton reporting that they are going to continue to talk right up to the deadline. They aren't going to franchise tag him, so he should be hitting the market. But the Giants are going to try everything in their power to keep him on board. If he does hit the market, I expect Brian to make a move there, at least, as he has often said, to be in the conversation. If you want all the latest on the Packers and everything surrounding not only them, but Cheesehead TV, all the good content, everything we're producing, so you don't miss out on anything, make sure you subscribe to the Cheesehead Nation Cheesehead TV newsletter going out every Thursday morning this offseason. We'll be ramping up a bit more once the season kicks off. Probably have 2 newsletters at a time, or per week anyway, during the season. But in this offseason, every Thursday morning, make sure you sign up. There's a link in the description of this video here on YouTube. We've got one out the door. We got another one coming Thursday morning. Tons of Packers goodness direct to your inbox each and every week throughout the offseason. I hope you'll sign up and join us on that journey, as well as all the people here chatting it up, doing their thing in the comment section. Hello to everybody. I hope you're all doing well. William Saunders, how are you? Nags, is your Xbox account Acme Aaron? Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Acme, ACME, Aaron, all one word. In my version, it's the Acme is capitalized, but I don't think you need that to find me. Acme Aaron, all one word on Xbox. Ed Pierce, what's going on, man? Take a moment to listen. Hear that? It's the sound of no fucking drama. Ain't it grand? Ed coming out with a shot at the former quarterback. Yeah, it's kind of nice, right? I mean, what is the kind of most drama that the Packers are facing heading into the offseason this year? It's probably the situation with Aaron Jones and whether they can reach an agreement on his cap hit. I'll take that kind of drama over everything else we experienced the last few off seasons, no doubt. Jay Flay, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on Ennis Rakestraw? I'm not familiar with him, but seen him mocked to the Packers a few times in round one. I suspect those mocks that you've been looking at were probably pre-combine or by people who aren't very familiar with how the Packers operate. Because after the combine, looking at his RAS score, his athletic testing, I don't think he's going to be on the Packers board. As much as I like him as a player, the athletic profile certainly does not fit. So that's not to say that it's impossible or that they would never make that selection, but I really like him as a player. I just know his athletic profile does not fit what the Packers traditionally utilize and like when they're selecting guys, especially in round one. That would be a pretty significant departure. GZ Baby, what's going on, man? Hey, Nags, does Cheesehead TV have a Discord? I think that could be fun if there isn't one yet. Yes, there is. It is run by someone I've never met, a gentleman who took it upon himself to create it a couple years ago. If you look here on YouTube in the description of the video, there's a list of all of our socials, and that includes our Discord channel. You can join at the bottom right there. Go ahead, mix it up. I haven't checked in a while. I should probably do so, make sure the thing isn't burning to the ground, but I do know there's a really kind of tight-knit, robust community that chats each and every day about the Packers and everything else. There's a lot of channels there, so make sure you check it out. Joe, what's going on, man? Russell Wilson trade as bad as the John Hadl trade? Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's in the conversation, right? I don't think anything will ever, and I agreed with Eric Eager, who put this up on Twitter yesterday. I don't think anything's ever beaten the Herschel Walker trade. But yeah, the Russell Wilson trade, it'll be talked about as one of the worst. There is zero doubt about that. I talked about that pretty extensively with Billy on the podcast today. Make sure you check it out. Back Daddy, what's going on, man? Ron and Ted had their Hall of Fame free agent signings. Come on, Goot. I mean, no, you want to talk about a big time splash. If like Goody got in on Wilkins from Miami, now you're cooking with gas. I don't expect that'll be, you know, a realistic possibility for the Packers, but let me dream, man. Let me dream. Jocelyn, how are you? Really appreciate Rashid this time of year. On field, at worst, a serviceable left tackle for roster building. Goot not concerned to overpay or overdraft a left tackle. Yeah, I think if the value is there, and that's something I've talked about a lot, seemingly every offseason, I don't think anything is kind of off the table, so to speak, especially at a premier position, uh, early in the draft or late. If there's value where that guy is selected, if there's a guy they have rated exponentially higher than where the board is falling, like that's kind of what happened with Eddie Lacy back in the day. They had him rated as a first round, like blue chip player. He fell to the deep into the second round, and they thought the value was way too good to pass up, right? I wouldn't be surprised if there was something along those lines in this tackle rich class where the Packers get to day two and they can't avoid just purely value wise, but the presence of Rashid definitely helps them kind of not, and this is something we've talked about a lot, have to be boxed in value wise. They don't have to reach, they don't have to be desperate for it. They know they have a guy who they can absolutely count on to go out there, play at a high level, operate the offense. Now, that doesn't mean he's secure. And we've heard Brian talk a lot about competition this offseason, wanting competition in every single room at every position. I don't think left tackle is any different, right? And now all of this is obviously in the shadow of whatever they decide with David Bakhtiari. But yes, I agree. It is a nice luxury to have, especially considering what he's on is going into his third year, is a former seventh round pick, dirt cheap labor at a premium position where, again, you can operate on offense and you've shown you can operate at a really high level. I'm down with that, man. Greg, what's going on? Multiple clickbait sites are all saying J Lo Jordan Love should expect a $50 million a year deal. Thoughts? GM Nags, what would you offer him? Yeah, I don't consider that clickbait, man. I think that's legit. I think 4 years, 200 million is on the table. Is my guesswork for a framework of the deal. We'll see. There's a lot to go through the ringer there, so to speak, on both sides for the Packers and for Athletes First. But yeah, I'll be surprised if he gets less than 50 a year. That's just where I'm at. I think the Packers want to get out ahead of the market with a guy they believe in and want to build around. And obviously, Athletes First want to get him PAID paid. So I do think that's probably where they end up. What else we got here, folks? Scotty P, what's up, man? Hope your day today was better than yesterday. That is really sweet of you, man. Thank you. Yes, it absolutely was. Mostly because I got to talk to Billy. Let me tell you, Billy Schmid is the man. I love talking ball with Billy. I had a great time in Indy with Billy. Billy and I are going to be doing more and more together. I love chatting ball with Bill Schmid. So hopefully you guys check out the video here, podcast, whatever. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. Yeah, today was much better. And I really thank you for asking. That's really nice of you. Draft bigs, Matt. I feel you, man. I feel you. Chris, what's going on? Thanks for the super chat. Green Bay Packer that no one recalls, Ken Rutgers. Chris, who you saying no one? I remember Ken Rutgers. I mean, you talk about a really, really, really good player on a bunch of poor teams. Ken was excellent, man. I remember, and I'm sure, judging by the usual crowd that attends a Cheesehead TV live stream, I'll suspect there are plenty of people here who remember Ken. Nick, thanks for the super chat. When do you think Pack make a decision on Bakhtiari? Probably made the decision already. I suspect they're waiting to pull the trigger on whatever that decision is by Monday, would be my guess. Now, I say that and watch them, the news will leak tomorrow or even after I get done with this chat. But my guess is Sunday night leading into Monday. Sam, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. Hey, Nags, when can we expect the Carry the G and Cerveza Cristal collaboration? All jokes aside, thank you for all you do. That is extremely nice of you. Thank you, Sam. Dude, If you guys don't know what Sam is talking about, I implore you to find the clips. There's a Twitter user putting out clips of uh, the original Star Wars trilogy being broadcast in Chile back in the early 2000s, where they wove in commercials into the broadcast itself. Now, I understand there are some doubts about the authenticity of this and whether this is just a made up thing for internet clout. Here's my take. I don't care. It's fucking hilarious. The first one with Kenobi and the opening of the thing, and your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough. I have not laughed that hard at anything in a very long time. Literal tears streaming out of my eyes. It was so funny. And now, of course, the internet has taken it and run with it. It is extremely, extremely hilarious, especially if you're a Star Wars nerd like myself. Bring Carry the G to Walmart. Well, look, Carry the G will continue to expand its reach. We have plans. There are things in the works, so to speak, that I am not able to speak on yet, but we'll be slowly expanding. I appreciate the sentiment of wanting us in the bigger retailers, but I don't think Walmart is in the cards just yet. Maybe a few years away. Craig, thanks for the super chat, man. With Bach being hurt, would he qualify for any type of injury settlement on top of his salary if he were allowed to walk? Yes. That is undoubtedly one of the things they're trying to work through. It would be my guess. Doug Hype, what's up? Let's go, Pack, go. What's up? Jay Cole says, it's been a long day today. You know what? That was me yesterday, man. I feel you, brother. Here, I'm raising my glass to you. Salud. Let's go get it for the rest of the night. Random Packer, Randy Scott. See, Soder comes with the deep cuts. That's what I like. Nagler, which of your draft crushes are off the board after a poor combine? Rakestraw, man. I really like that kid. He actually tackles. Ross hyped him up on our Mock Draft Monday video last month. So I went and watched him, and I loved him. And then the combine happened. Doug Hype, thanks again, man. I need Carry the G in Colorado. We're working on it, man. We're working on it. Patience. Chip says, I hope we can get a cap-friendly deal done with D-Bach because you can never have too much depth on the O-line. That's the dream, right, Chip? But I'll be surprised if they go that route. I'm hoping for it. I'm praying for it. You guys know I'm a big Bakhtiari fan, but sure doesn't the vibe that doesn't pass the vibe check at the moment. But hey, you never know what conversations are happening behind closed doors. Oh, John. Oh no, John. Trying to pull the pin on this grenade. In honor of Bach, room temp or ice cold water? Look, I know David has made it very clear that he is a room temp guy. I am just here to tell you my preference is ice cold. I need my water to be cold. Room temperature water makes me want to throw myself out a window. Not to be dramatic about it, but that's where I stand. Brandy, how you doing? Thanks so much for being a Carry the G Club member, a Patreon member, and for offering up a super chat. You think Goot knew about the Ravens/Jackson contract issues might be a thing and jumped ahead of them to get Love in the draft? Goot won that pick. I mean, I doubt it was that deeply looked into as far as trying to put pieces together. I do think they, more than the Ravens, I think they were trying to get ahead of the Colts. And I know the Colts swear blind to this day that they did not want Jordan, but I think they probably did. And I think Goot saw an opportunity to jump up for a pretty damn cheap, minimal value in a 4th-round pick to get ahead of the Colts and make that selection. So that's my guess. I know there's reporting around it. I know they all swear blind that wasn't the case, but I'm never really going to believe that. Come on, people, like and sub. Thank you, Craig. Appreciate you, man. Do I think David is a goner? No, he's alive and well. He's kicking it. He's quoting Dune on Twitter. But in the realm of the Green Bay Packers, I think there's a good chance, unfortunately. It's not the move I would make, but I think there's a good chance, yes, they will move on. Oh, complicated fella. With a Mossy Cade reference. See, only people of a certain age will know why that is. Yikes down. Nags, which combine axis did you add to your draft board? Or aces, sorry, combine aces. Did you add to your draft board? None really. I'm still making my way through a lot of their tape. You guys know I'm not a draft nick, so I've kind of discovered a lot of these guys. And what I like to do is kind of see who falls within the RAS parameters and then kind of go take dives into their tape. Because we know, for better or for worse, as we talked about yesterday, that is a parameter and a guideline that Packers clearly use as far as a similar athletic threshold. So I don't want to waste my time on guys that I'm going to fall in love with and then find out, oh, Packers probably aren't even going to have them on their board. It's not my life. Carl, what's up, man? Random Packer, Jerry Taggy, the pride of Green Bay West High. My brother, Green Bay East, sacked his ass a few times. Very nice. Old school rivalries. I love it. I love it. Jocelyn, what's going on? Random Green Bay Packer, I think you'll like DeJuan Harris, the used car salesman. If they don't draft Eddie Lacy, he is their running back one, and he would have gone ham in that offense. I'll believe that to my last breath. Love me some DeJuan Harris, man. Yes, Logan. I've now seen this. It's come full circle. Logan mentions that Derek Ainsley, who is now on the Packers coaching staff, was the lead recruiter for Xavier McKinney when he was going to Alabama. I saw Matt Schneidman respond to somebody like that who was putting this out on Twitter. And then Tyler, who does stuff for us here at Cheesehead TV, pointed out that Andy Herman mentioned that last week. So now the circle is complete. We are all aware. And now let's see that amount to absolutely nothing when he signs someplace else. I kid. I do think it's funny. Johnny Rivers, a classic. Taco Wallace. Well played, Johnny. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for being a Carry the G Club member. Jocelyn, thanks again. Oh, I got that one. Look at me. I'm all caught up. Oh, wait. Or did I miss one? No, I don't think I did. Okay, good. Nags, you ever go to Spooner Lake? I have not, actually. I know of it, but have not been. You'll have to, I'll have to make a trip at some point. Did the Vikings trade up to take Jefferson because they thought the Packers would take him? It's a good bet. I mean, we all know Aaron Rodgers wanted Jefferson, and I do think there was some conversation within the building in Green Bay about taking Jefferson, and the Vikings may have been driven by that possibility. I don't know if it's ever been stated, yes, that's why they did it, but you got to think that's part of the thinking, right? No question about that. Christopher, thanks for the super chat. Room temp is for fish bowls and washing fruit. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you. I don't even see how this is a debate. Uncultured, thanks, man. Dr. Sam Gatto, that is all. An excellent random packer. Nathan, thanks for the super chat, or for the chat, I should say. Please tell me Aaron Jones isn't leaving. Nathan, Aaron Jones isn't leaving. Is the Wilson situation the worst trade in all of sports, not just the NFL? David, it's not even the worst trade in NFL history. Look up the Herschel Walker trade, my friend. And especially look up what the Cowboys did with it. My God. No one mentions Terrell Middleton, except Steve, yourself. Well done. That's a good random packer. No doubt about it. That's why they didn't tell Rodgers before they picked Love. Didn't want it to leak. Ooh. Any other games you play besides Madden on Xbox? Oh, man, Madden's the main one. If there was like a percentage pie, it'd probably be like 92% Madden. But there's FIFA in there. About it. The new Jedi game, the new Star Wars Jedi game. Play that a little bit. Yeah, not too much else. I mean, my kids make fun of me. They call it my sports simulator because I only ever use it to like watch movies or shows or play Madden for the most part. So that's about it. Nick, thanks for the super chat. Bubba Franks, a phenomenal choice, man. Bubba was like a superstar in the red zone. Between the 20s, not so much. But in red zone, you get down in that area, Brett Favre's going to find him, baby. Love it. So, Soder, excellent choice. Ezra Tualalo, whose name I can never pronounce. Phenomenal choice. I think he follows me on Twitter, actually. Classic. There's a great old school story, I think in the Press Gazette, of a night when he and Favre and a couple of other guys got arrested. Good times. Or they were at an establishment where people got arrested and there was a fight. I can't remember if he got arrested exactly, but Chris just trying to make me do laps here. Future Packer Lord Yoshi Toranaga. Oh, that's right. Is it Tuesday? Oh my gosh. I got to get on that. Random Packer Aaron Campman. Okay, is that really random though? Okay, now it's like you see, there's a fine line here when you're talking random Packers. I mean, I guess that's random. So we're not talking obscure. So that's random. So yeah, I guess that's fine. I don't know. Aaron Campman seems like a pretty big name though. I guess Bubba Franks is too. So I really can't quibble. Was there ever a faster mulleted man than Jeff Query, but no love? Not that I know of, but let me tell you, Jeff Query can fly, man. No question about it. Tony Mall, random Packer. See there. Now that's a random Packer. Tony Mall. Mwah. All right, everybody. I got to get going. I can't thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Please do me a monster favor and hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Oh, Uncultured Barbarian with the Under the Wire random Packer, Jerry Holmes. Well done. Please hit like, hit subscribe. Carry the G Club members, Patreon members, happy hour, the top of the hour. Come join us. The information is on the Patreon page, on the community tab here on YouTube. I hope you'll join us. Oh, we got one last one. Chris saying former Packer John Blackthorne. Now we're just doing Shogun characters. All right. By the way, watch Shogun. It's awesome. All right. Hit subscribe, hit like, do all that stuff. Sign up for the newsletter, and then join us on happy hour if you're so able, willing, and want to chill out with Packers fans all over the world and support the Cheesehead TV brand. We really appreciate you. In the meantime, hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Go Pack Go.